So, I have sad news. The Wim Hof Method Academy is kicking me out unless I delete all my Wim Hof related videos. Last week I got an email from the Wim Hof Method. I thought it would be just another regular email, like the one I got a few days earlier, where they mentioned that the legal case surrounding the drowning of a poor girl was dismissed, and how these tragic accidents often happen when people learn the method from unqualified coaches. Or like the first email I got a few years back, congratulating me on becoming a certified Wim Hof Method instructor. I still remember it like it was yesterday. The beautiful people I met at the master's retreat in Poland, my great teachers Daniel and Dowell, and the many ice baths and breathing sessions we took together. It was a beautiful time, like the pinnacle of my 7-year-long Wim Hof Method journey. It also led me to my first ever YouTube video, which I uploaded on this channel here. I would have never imagined that my work here would resonate with so many people. But you, my friends, were also the motivation to keep me going in tough times. I spent countless hours and sleepless nights making my videos and sharing my lessons and guided breathwork. But I still love it so much, and the comments that I get are so inspirational that I keep going. But this email here was very different from the first one I got. The world became dark for a moment when I read it. I'm a threat to the Wim Hof Method brand and safety, and they require me to take down all my Wim Hof Method related videos. And all this because I forgot to write warnings on a few of my guided breathwork videos descriptions, which only about 2% of viewers read anyway. I mean, I can't imagine someone doing my guided breathwork videos sessions in the water, holding their phone in their hand, AirPods in the ear, and then diving down on the breath holds. Come on, I'm in my living room when showcasing my guided sessions. They are guided sessions that you do with me in the living room or outside in nature while sitting or lying down comfortably. I say that in every video. I never show cold exposure in combination with the Wim Hof Method breathwork. I never do that in my videos. Also, unlike Wim Hof's channel, I do actual educational videos on why people pass out, which by the way is by offsetting the stimulus to breathe by discarding a lot of carbon dioxide, so you peacefully pass out without noticing it. As someone practicing, loving and teaching the Wim Hof Method, I took responsibility when I heard about the drowning cases and made videos on the darker side of the Wim Hof Method and how not to die when practicing the method, which is all about safety. And these videos weren't just disclaimers. I got multiple comments and messages on how I probably saved their lives by finally explaining the physiology behind these disclaimers. Look, I'm a father of 3 young kids. When I tell my kids not to eat sweets before lunch, and then they see me eating sweets before lunch, guess what they want? Of course they want the sweets. So do you think having a disclaimer that says don't do the breathwork in the water, but then they see Wim diving under the ice on national TV and seeing him coupling the breathwork while in water, do you think this will have the intended outcome? The kids still want the sweets if you eat them right before their eyes. You need to explain things, be a role model, and don't hide the crucial information behind a paywall of a course or workshop. I only learned why people pass out without noticing it when I started my journey of becoming an instructor in an advanced workshop. And yes, I also did the breath holds on the water in the winter when I first started to learn the Wim Hof Method. So I speak from experience. I was stupid, I know. I saw a cool video of Wim doing the breath holds on the water while the Dutch reporters were discussing whether he was still alive. It looked cool. I ignored the warnings because Wim seemed to be safe. And if I were careful not to push myself too much, I would surely feel it when I was on the brink of passing out, wouldn't I? Wrong, I was just lucky. I was gambling with my life without knowing it. Other people weren't as lucky as me. When the Wim Hof Method Academy approached me a year ago, wanting me to take down my video on the darker side of the Wim Hof Method, which I ultimately did, we discussed safety. They wanted me to put a link to their main website on every video I put out, for safety reasons. To me, this was very illogical, because all you see on their main page are courses, events and nice pictures. A specific site where they also make a distinction between Wim as a person and his stunts, where he would have safety divers and also needed them in the past because he fell unconscious underwater, and the Wim Hof Method itself. They told me that maybe in the future they will create a specific safety page. But until then, I need to link to the main page, wimhofmethod.com. Well, a year later, they still haven't made a safety page. The Wim Hof Method Academy also accused me of other things. I'm selling my stuff and using the Wim Hof Method brand to sell them. Yes, I'm selling my own breathwork and mindfulness online course, but I have a totally different approach to learning and teaching breathwork, which I couple with mindfulness. I don't sell the Wim Hof Method. It's a more holistic and nuanced approach that I teach. If you have been following this channel, you probably know that. Let's be honest, the Wim Hof Method is not the only breathwork technique out there. People who buy my course or subscribe to my breathwork library or learn from me through personal coaching do that because they like me and how I teach and explain things, not because I trick them into buying a false official Wim Hof Method course. I was once in a relationship where my then girlfriend wanted me to end the friendship with a very good friend. And I was so deep in this fucked up rabbit hole that I actually did end this friendship. I'm disgusted by the lame and weak person I was back then. To this date, this is probably the biggest regret that I have in my life. But I swore back then, never again to let someone undermine my integrity ever again. So, dear Wim Hof Method Academy, I won't delete my YouTube videos because they help so many people and actually make you look like a good brand. I'm breaking up with you. Breakups are messy, and you shouldn't cope with one on your own, which is why I wrote about it with my newsletter subscribers. And wow, was I surprised by the cheer-ups and support that I received. I was thankful from the bottom of my heart for the hundreds of replies that I got. And I also found out something surprising. It turns out that I'm not alone. There are many others who underwent a very similar breakup with the Wim Hof Method Academy. There are even more who are still official instructors, but their relationship with the Academy is not as passionate anymore as it used to be. I think they're about to break up soon too. In all seriousness, while talking to different persons who experienced a similar thing with the Wim Hof Method Academy, there seems to be a much deeper problem than the missing description claimers in some of my videos. The investigative journalist Scott Carney, who also wrote the bestseller What Doesn't Kill Us on the Wim Hof Method, experienced a similar story. I couldn't believe what he said in some of his videos until I was part of it myself. So, what's next? Now that a new phase is about to begin, I'm changing some things. First, I created a new YouTube channel where I upload solely guided breathwork and mindfulness videos. I will still upload my versions of guided Wim Hof Method sessions, but the technique also could be called cyclic hyperventilation with breath holds, Tumo breathing, or Baya Kumbhaka Pranayama, the original form. I will gradually migrate all my guided breathwork videos from this channel to the new channel. It's called Breathe with Kitaro. So please subscribe to it to help me out, and if you're into my guided breathwork videos. On this channel here, I will continue to share educational content on breathwork, mindfulness, and other health-related topics, which include the Wim Hof Method, of course. Having my Wim Hof Method instructorship license revoked will not be the end of my journey. I will continue to share my videos here on this channel, and I hope you follow along. I have some cool videos coming up. By the way, if you want to watch the video that the Wim Hof Method Academy forced me to take down, you can watch an updated version here.